Hey guys, it's me, Super Shadow Reborn, and today we're going to be talking about how I would make the Cuphead show. So, this would have me removing some episodes and how I would change some. Also, I'm not going to have seasons, they're just going to be episodes. Everything about episode 1 will stay the same because it's about Cuphead and owing his soul to the devil. Episode 2 isn't going to be episode 2 because I don't really like this episode all that much. I don't hate it, it's just that I don't feel like it's that important to the story. But this episode is pretty funny. This is the introduction of Ribby and Croak, so I'm going to keep it because they're two original bosses from the game. I'm going to be removing Handle with Care because it doesn't really affect the story. And if I remove this, that means that Boy won't be introduced until later. Roll the Dice is staying because it introduces King Dice, and I just like this episode overall. And people are just addicted to King Dice. Let me tell you anyone says I'm removing this episode. Y'all should already know why Root Pack is staying because it has a Root Pack in it. Both sweater episodes will be included because they have to do with the devil and Cuphead's soul. I just like this episode. Of course I'm including this. This has to do with Miss Chalice and the cliffhanger. It's obviously getting added too because this is Cuphead and Mugman escaping from jail. Chalice reunites with the Cup Bros, so yeah. This is my favorite episode of Season 2. And also some people would get mad if I didn't include it because it's the introduction of CALA. This is going to be the first appearance of Boy in my version of the series, and he's still going to have his creepy ways with him. But in my version, the reason why Cuphead and Mugman got new brothers is because they've been fighting a lot instead of arguing. Iconic bosses in this episode, so it's staying. Cuphead also learned a valuable lesson in this episode. This is like Home Alone, but it's scary. Funny. This episode is staying, but the only thing that's going to be different is that King Dice isn't here because he's going to appear later. This has another boss in it, and it's one of my favorites. I don't really think much of this episode, but it's still okay. Another one of my favorites. Duh, another cliffhanger. I'm obviously adding it. What do you think this is? This is just a sequel to The Devil's Pitchfork, and it's another funny one. I just like this episode because it has Cuphead, the devil, and Mugman competing over our acting role. Don't Answer the Door isn't gonna be here either because I said no baby bottle. This is my favorite episode of Season 3. Both Christmas specials are staying because I love them both. The first one is Christmas Tree Edition and the second one is A Very Devil Christmas. Cuphead, Mugman, and Chalice are going on a delivery mission. King Dice is back ever since episode 3. Joyride is part of the 3-part ending, so I'm including this. Dance with Danger is also part of the 3-part ending. Also, this has to do with Miss Chalice's backstory. And I love backstory episodes. Presenting the Devil and Miss Chalice, the final part of the 3-part ending. This episode has so many deals with the devil in it, and one of them is rock, paper, scissors requested by Cuphead. Cuphead bets him and Mugman's soul, and the devil can turn Chalice to dust, but Cuphead wins every time. A month later, Cuphead has never learned his lesson yet, so he runs off to the devil casino while Chalice and Mugman are chasing after him. And that's it. Or is it? Instead of making more episodes, I'm gonna make a movie, and all the actors are going to stay the same. Cuphead, Mugman, and Chalice will have to strike up a deal with the devil to save their souls. They would have to collect soul contracts to save their souls, just like in the game. But instead of telling Yoda Kettle, they tell Porkrind that they need some potions to give them superpowers, and then Porkrind gives them finger guns. First up on the list is Ruma Honeybottoms. Before they fight her, Cuphead does his iconic pulling up his pants, Mugman stretches, and Miss Chalice, I don't really know what she does, but they knock her out in 10 minutes. Yeah, that's a long time. Next, the Cup Trio go to CAGNEY Carnation's garden to get his contract. 1 minute after doing some epic battle, CAGNEY's had enough and he's gone into his final form. Then CAGNEY shouts out extreme pollination and total domination. But then the Cup Trio knocks him out in a second. I I think it would be funny for the Cup Bros to return to the theater, since last time in Cup Stage they got kicked out of the theater. But this time Miss Chalice is tagging along. Sally's stage play tells the three Cups to leave the theater or she will call security. Cuphead says no need for that. The Cup trio get ready to wallop up another boss. Sally's stage play does a little dance while she's fighting the three Cups. Fortunately for the Cups, they knock her out in a second, just like CAGNEY. Again, I think it would be funny for the Cup Bros to return to this place because Baroness von Bon had chased them all the way out of Sugarland. In her last sentence in the episode, she said that they will always come back. And she was right, but this time they were here to get her soul instead of her candy. Baroness uses her monstrous candy castle to chase down all three of the Cups, but they take her out. Not on the way you think, shivers. CALA Maria is the next one on the list. Cuphead and Mugman were scared because they remembered from being there in a high seas adventure with Briny Beard. But this time the pirate wasn't with them, it was Miss Chalice. CALA Maria remembers Cuphead and Mugman, but she doesn't know who Chalice is. Long story short, the three Cups win. The only reason why I put CALA Maria on this soul list is because fans were gonna probably go crazy if I didn't include her. If this was real. I'm gonna cut this video a little short because it's getting a little long, so I'm just gonna say their names instead of giving all these details. So, Grim Matchstick, y'all may be tired of them, but Rebby and Croaks. I want BEPPI to give a creepy clown vibe. To Jimmy the Great, Hildeberg, Ollie Warbles, Werner Warman making a return, and the Iron Giant, Dr. Cal. After all their shenanigans, they face up against King Dice, and then the Fruity Man himself, the Devil. In this, the Devil offers for them to give him the soul contracts, and Cuphead actually accepts it, with Cuphead being the only one turning evil. So now Mugman and Chalice have to fight Cuphead and the Devil. Mugman and Chalice eventually beat the Devil, and then that turns Cuphead back to normal. They don't give him the soul contract, and then they return to give everyone their souls. Later, the trio round up all the people they stole the soul contracts from, and they tell them all that they defeated the Devil. And then that's the end of the movie.